streamers often use one PC setup for gaming and streaming. Secondly, would my old 6700K keep up with the i3s you have? In terms of gaming, yes. The 6700K is actually a great comparison to the newer i3s because it's a 4-core 8-thread, and they perform very similar. So yes, they would be about the same. But yes, streamers nowadays, I mean, most high-end like professional streamers still use 2 PC setups. But if you build a high-end modern PC with like a 3000 series RTX GPU and 5000 series CPU, single PC is the way. Like you can do single PC, no problem.
And it's gonna be a lot more simple. It's not as complicated if you just have one.
Yeah, no, you know I'm making that talking point. Single versus, we're gonna talk about single versus dual PC setups, bro. I've always contemplated getting a second PC for the streams we do here, but I feel like it'd be more valuable just to upgrade my computer as I go if we do more of those streams.
Like I would rather that too, just because it just sounds so much more simple. It's one less Ethernet to have hooked up constantly.
Yeah, 1 second.
Oh, she gave Matt a freaking idea, guys.
Here we go. We're gonna start talking here. 1 second.
Are we talking about it today?
Yeah,
we already did too.
We need. Remember, Callister yelled at us because he wanted more of them.
Oh, he wants more.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because we have
I played games with him on Friday.
Oh, you did?
Or Saturday. I don't know.
What was it? We have something coming up that he wanted an extra backlog for.
I don't know.
Whatever. But yeah, we'll just give him more.
It's probably something totally unrelated.
Yep, so we'll just give him this one. Okay, so yeah, single versus dual. So like most of the time, the reason you go for like a dual PC setup is if you had a capture card and you want to basically offload the entire image of your gaming PC to the second PC and be able to not have any performance loss, which in theory it does work fine. But there's a lot of complications with that because audio-wise, you have to have a mixer, which basically takes the audio from the gaming PC into the mixer and then into the stream PC, but you still have to be able to use that audio. Because if you just plugged in your gaming PC directly to your streaming PC, your audio is just going in there, but there's no way for you to actually monitor it. That's what the mixer's for. So it gets complicated there because there's multiple layers. But just build a modern gaming PC with an RTX 3000 series GPU, a Ryzen 5000 series, and even less, honestly. Like, I mean, I'm using a single PC in there with a Threadripper, an older Threadripper, and a 2070 Super. And there are some games where there is a little bit of lag. I know Warzone is a great example of that. Sometimes there is a little bit of lag there. But
it doesn't really matter how good like the specs. Oh, you forgot to plug in something.
What's that? Oh, it didn't go all the way through.
DC audio, I guess.
Yeah, but I'll put that in. But yeah, like I know you at home you use like 1440p monitors. I noticed resolution of monitors is a big impact too. If you're like playing at 1440p, it tends to like push your system a little bit harder when you're streaming those games. That's one of the biggest things I did with the PC here was swap to a 1080p monitor, and pretty much any game I don't get like the encoder lag or anything.
I'm using dual 144. I'm using a 144 and a 165 hertz monitor at home that are both 1440p. They're 32 inch. So yeah, it's having to really drive those monitors. But with the 2080 Super and a Ryzen 3700X, and like honestly a really old X370 board, like first gen, 32 gigs of really crappy slow RAM, I'm able to play. I mean, you guys have seen my streams, no issues really.
Yeah. So what cards could comfortably be 1440p? I would say like right now like 2070 Super and above level cards.
5700 XT.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Honestly, I think once stuff stabilizes, like stock wise, you want the panels?
I want the panels, dude.
Once stock stabilizes and you can actually comfortably build a PC with a 3000 series GPU, single PC setups are like 99% the best way to go for most streamers. Yeah, there's still gonna be those high-end streamers, like the real professional ones who want 2 PCs because
they don't want to have a single
nothing.
FPS drop.
Then I get that. But like if you're just average Joe over here who wants to improve his streaming setup, you can start with like OBS NDI if you really want to, but like that doesn't really combat the issue all that much. You still are using some of your power on your PC when you're sending the signal through NDI. But yeah, regardless, I mean, single PC is probably going to be the
point
future.
You could add as well that, I mean, we could touch today if we wanted to, but I want to just say, I think some people do not understand how to start out. Some people start out way too high end with anything PC related.
Okay.
Yeah, like, you know, I mean, the other day, I'm not going to say who, but a friend of mine had a friend who wanted to start streaming, and he's like, yeah, I think I should get I think he said 3080 or 3090 and like a 5600X or better. And I'm just like, why? I'm like, if you haven't started streaming, please do not spend that type of money. Like, you're going, I mean, sure, you might think it's cool and you're going to like it, but like, it just doesn't make sense. Unless you're rich and just have money to throw away, don't just randomly spend, thousands of dollars to start doing something. Like, I don't know about you guys, but if I ever get into a hobby, I didn't start doing the hobby by buying the best of the best. You start by buying something very cheap to see if you like it, something very cheap to get into it. And then if you realize, oh, hey, I'm kind of good at this, or oh, hey, I'm passionate about this, then you spend more money on it.